not looking good out there right now.
It's never looking good out there.
You know, I have a bad feeling about this.
Have faith.
Kabir, there is no room for faith in war. You know, Kabir, I keep having dreams about my kid.
Which one?
Interface.
Is that the middle one or the newest one?
Interface? Well, he was actually my first. My oldest. Oh, little Interface. I remember when he was just a wee baby. Look.
Is that him?
Yes, it is. This was him when he was G1 years old. So young and naive. Just going about his day-to-day life. I just remember there being a lot of protein synthesis, you know? A lot of protein synthesis. But then he hit a growth spurt. And I learned that he was going through the notorious S phase. You know, they talk about it all the time, the notorious S phase. He started duplicating and everything.
Oh, tell me about it.
They grow up so fast, they do. Before I knew it, he was already a G2. He started getting into stockpiling raw materials and all that other crazy teenage drug stuff. And all of a sudden, it was already time for him to prepare to divide in college. And you know, he wasn't totally sure about the divide for a few months. He was in a state of G0 for a little while. He had to take a temporary resting period. He wasn't ready for the go signal just yet, but thankfully he got back to his feet. I haven't seen Interphase in over 2 years. I think he might be halfway through college by now. I hope to see him sometime soon. But I've been reading these books on checkpoints and regulation for my kid, you know. I'd like to think I raised my kid right. At G1, I gave him the go signal. I made sure he was positioned properly for his adolescence at S. At G2, I stopped him from going down the wrong path when he was damaged. Hell, I even kept him at home during his G0 phase. But do you know what? I don't regret it. It saved his life. I made sure to call the Cyclones once a week when he was smaller. And you know, they're a weird family, those Cyclones. They got me through it. For sure, they got me through it. I don't know where I'd be without them. Granted, the cyclin-dependent kinase, man, I would stay away from her. She got a little too attached to my little one. Sometimes it was like she was the one raising him and guiding him, and I was just watching from the side. You know, they just kept modifying protein substrates left and right.
That mate, just be glad you never ran into disruptions. I knew a lot of folks back home who had them. The kids ended up with diseases, cancers, and mutations. It's not an easy life, you know.
You can say that again. Say, Kabir, do you got a little one yourself?
Yeah, a girl. Mitosis.
What a pretty name.
She's all grown up, you know.
Who ages faster during a war? The ones who die or the ones who don't?
The ones who live age the fastest. The ones who die are the blessed.
Deep.
Very.
Enough about the damn war. Tell me about your daughter, Mitosis.
Ah, my sweet little Mitosis. The prettiest little girl in the world. The craziest little girl in the world. Would you like to see some pictures?
Yes, of course I'd like to see some pictures.
That was her during prophase, when her chromatin condensed into chromosomes and they became visible. Her mitotic spindle beam formed and her centrosomes were separated.
She was such a cute little girl.
Oh, my little sweet Mitosis. This was her during metaphase. It was so funny when her chromosomes aligned on the metaphase plate. And this was her during my anaphase. It was a crazy time. Her chromatids moved towards the opposite poles. There was a lot of pressure to split the centromere, and the spindle fibers were condensing. But thankfully, things got a little better for her during telophase. She was nearly done dividing, and she finally started to get back to her structure after her chromosomes began unfolding back into chromatin. Granted, her mitotic spindle was broken down, and her nuclear membrane and nuclei reappeared. And just when she got better, that's when my trouble began with her mother. Oh yes, we had to file for cytokinesis, you know.
Cytokinesis? A separation?
And regardless of what her mother may say, I saw the cleavage furrow being created, and I saw the completed nuclear envelope surrounding those chromosomes. It just wasn't like it used to be, you know, and eventually, we just became disillusioned with each other.
That's really sad, Kabir.
And eventually, we just had to split. But you know, Shouri, there's more to it.
Oh?
Mitosis had 2 separate cells, and now the choice was hers. Live with mom or live with dad. But it's hard to choose, when you're a kid. Especially when the complete set of chromosomes are identical to each other. But we were always honest and upfront with her. We told her that cytokinesis doesn't always occur, nor does it have to occur. But if or when it does, it's sure as hell it is rough. She was mature and understanding about it. But my friend Shouri, you'll never understand my pain.
Divorce is just one big, ugly battle.
You know, Kabir, I couldn't even imagine filing for cytokinesis. What a toll that must have taken on you and your mental health.
That's okay, Shouri. At least at the end of the war, if there even is an end, you have your family waiting for you. I have no one out there.
Here's the deal, Kabir. You may not have your wife and kids anymore, but you know what? Even if you may not have them, you will always have me. You will always have this infantry, and above all, you will always have this country. Kabir! Oh my god, the Germans shot you.
I have no idea how long I'll thrive out here, Do you have any alcohol left? At least I could have my last sip before I die.
Unfortunately, Kabir, we do not have any alcohol left. And I think we might also be underage.
Huh, underage my ass.
Kabir, are we even allowed to curse in this video?
Shouri, everyone curses during war. It's the rules.
We don't have any alcohol, Kabir, but we do have some hand sanitizer.
If you think about it, alcohol is sanitizer. This toast is for our fatherhood, to your interface, and to my sweet little mitosis. But finally, to this war ending.
But Kabir, you've forgotten the most important part.
What is the most important part, Shouri?
The most important toast of all is a toast to our great country.